So just as I walk along here, far end of Howard Street, big advertising billboard there. Slater menswear. For many years, that's the place to go to if you needed a suit for a wedding or a funeral or a night out. You would go to Slaters, and the guys were just absolutely fantastic at making sure you get kitted out with everything you need, and inevitably you come out with a suit, a shirt, a tie, trousers, socks, shoes, socks, everything, the whole rig out. That was Slaters for you. So I'm just going to cross the road here, and I'll show you the next port of call. And there it is. The Scotia Bar. Now I just need to find a cash machine somewhere nearby before I nip in there. Scotia Bar holds a special place in my heart. As a fledgling 18-year-old biker, motorcyclist, I used to go in there, and one of the main reasons I used to go in there was that the Blue Angels, which was the Scottish version of the Hells Angels, would go in there, and I thought if I hang around them, I'll become a full-blown member of the Blue Angels. And my life was either going down that road, or I was going to be following the rest of my family and joining up the army. So that was the two ways my life was going to go. I was either going to become a Blue Angel, or I was going to join the army. And that, as far as I was concerned, it was going to be one of those two. But then something happened, and I met a girl, and this was just a pal of my sister's who came up one night, and as soon as I met her, I knew my life was going to change for the better, and I was not going to follow any of those two paths. I was going to end up being with her. So, that was, I think it was early 1980. We've now been married 42 years this year. So it just shows you how life can throw you a wee curveball and it works out for the best. One of the bars that claims to be the oldest pub in Glasgow. In fact, you can see it on the wee thing there outside the bar. There you go, Scotia Bar, oldest pub in Glasgow, established 1792. So in the Scotia Bar, got music on, so I'm going to have to talk quite loudly over the top of it in the hope that you can hear me and maybe enhance the voice a wee bit. So this is the first bar that's been playing music, but again, a traditional old bar, and I'll do a wee walk round to that too. So I might need to cut the sound out of this one, or try and enhance my voice a wee bit, but I'm sure you know how it works now. So again, just an old dark bar with lots and lots of old photographs of Glasgow, which is fantastic. A couple of guys practicing down there. First, I'm not going to bother them. They're obviously playing some live music later. So it's something about these old Glasgow pubs bring back memories for me. Just toilets are down there. Great bar. And then I've got a wee snug that would have been probably just for women in the past. Aren't they brilliant? I think they're fantastic, these wee bars. Take me right back to when I was a fledgling drinker at 18 and 19 years old. That's the Scotia Bar done. So just a short walk down to the next pub, which also claims to be the oldest pub in Glasgow. Let's take a wee wander. We're continuing to walk down towards the River Clyde. And the strange thing, bizarre thing about the River Clyde is any city that I've been in that has a river has lots and lots of things going on at the side of the river. You know, it could be bars, it could be restaurants, it could be just places to sit. There could be riverboat cruises, or, you know, lots of things to do actually on the river. But the strange thing about Glasgow is it's got nothing. You know, one of the most famous rivers probably in the world, and it's got absolutely nothing going on. We'll take a walk along there, because the pub that I'm going to go next after this one is further along there, along the Clyde side. But the pub that I'm going to go and visit now is, let the bus pass. Now, it's now called the Clutha and the Victoria, but this wee pub was always just known as the Clutha Vaults. Until a tragedy happened a few years ago. You might have read about it in the news, but the Clutha Vaults, as it was, on just an afternoon where people were sitting enjoying having a drink, a police helicopter suddenly fell out of the sky and crashed into the pub and destroyed the pub, and quite a number of people were killed. And there's various theories as to what happened, but I remember at the time, I think the official report said it was a pilot error, but I can't quite remember. But suffice to say, there was a lot of work hadn't to be done to rebuild it. So it's now the Clutha and the Victoria. So I've got no idea what it looks like inside now, since it was all rebuilt. But we'll pop in and have a wee look and see what's going on. I might just stick the camera in the door of this one here, so I don't know how traditional it is. Yeah, I'll just turn it around. So you can see they've just a tiny wee lounge now, lots of guitars on the wall, and we'll just walk round and get a look at it. A lot of people sitting outside, which is always nice. And then you've got the main Clutha Bar in there, which again I'm not going to go all the way through, but you can see it's still a nice little place. I think there's lots of live music that's played in here, but there's lots of people just sitting drinking in a wee court. The roof actually looks like it's a temporary roof now. I'll just stick the camera in and away we'll go. Yeah. So it's certainly not the bar that it was in the past. Just a temporary roof now because the whole roof structure was destroyed. But we'll just continue to walk down here and see what's going on. It's a shame, we used to have lots of nice Scottish related murals, but they're all gone as well. So yeah, so we're just coming up to the River Clyde. This is the Victoria Bridge. There are loads and loads of bridges across the Clyde. I'm just going to cut over behind this traffic here and have a wee look. So here we go, the River Clyde, and lots of bridges across the Clyde. and nothing here. Just, you know, just a walkway along the side of the Broomielaw, as it's called. Now I think from memory, this is where the old tea clipper, the Carrick, used to be docked for many, many years. And then something happened to it and it sank. And it ended up, you know, it sat for ages, but then it was recovered, and it was actually built in Australia. And it had been recovered, it's now been recovered back to Australia. And given back its original name, which was the City of Adelaide. And it's been restored there as a kind of tourist attraction. So if you want to Google that, Google the City of Adelaide Clipper, and you'll get the story about it. But it used to be docked right here on the River Clyde for many, many years. So, how's that for a wee bit of Glasgow history linking Australia, eh? So I'm just going to walk down to the Broomielaw. Now a wee wander along here and see what's going on.